All right, Charles, we're live.
The following is an archive podcast presented by the Branston and Hudson Foundation for Podcast Recovery, a Charles Austin company. This is the first and only episode of the podcast. Welcome to episode 1.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Saudi Prince Omar Fun Life, here at my very first Saudi Tribunal. I'm really pumped for this. Just give me a second here to kind of get this together because this is my first time leading a Saudi tribunal. Also, I just want to say this up front. We're speaking English. Yes, we all know Arabic. This should be in Arabic usually, but I explained it to everybody. I want to practice my English. So we're going to do this in English. So the whole time I'm only going to say words in English because I am practicing English. So that explains why I'm not speaking Arabic and I'm only speaking English. The goal of this tribunal is to decide the fate of American comedian Andrew Schulz, whose awful and immoral Dubai show entitled Pick Six Financial presents Zintopia, the Goon 1 mixtape tour by Kill Tony, was deemed a public nuisance and a crime against humanity. I have gathered two others true to God to pass judgment on the guilty party. Please state your name for the records. My dad's listening to this, so let's not fuck around. My dad's listening to this one. To the left is the most holy man I know, Amir Trommel Bedfast. How you doing, Trommel?
Yes, I mean, we have some solemn duties here today, but I'm excited to be included. I did recently relocate from a different job in Washington, D.C., but I am an emir. It's true. I represent unincorporated Neom, about 45 minutes out there in the suburbs. And, I think that justice will be served today.
I agree too. And I just want to say, even though you're a recent appointee, everyone in the family's super happy with how you're running Neom. Really cool stuff happening there.
Well, unincorporated Neom. I'm not running Neom proper.
Oh, you're just on the outskirts sort of there. How many people are even out in unincorporated Neom?
We got about 300 or 400, and we're trying to kick them off the land so that we can get richer people in there.
Oh, okay,
but for now, it's a work in progress.
Okay, well, one thing you could just do is just make them rich. I mean, sometimes we do that, or you see some poor people, we can just make them rich and the problem's over. But we'll get that later on. To the left, or to the right, is my close personal friend, American journalist Mr. Drama. Mr. Drama, how are you doing today?
Yo, Prince, I'm doing great. It's your boy, Mr. Drama. Just want to thank Omar. Prince Fun Life for having me here.
Yeah, my dad's a prince. I'm a prince too, but my dad's a prince. We're all princes, so it's just princes all the way down.
So I'm really happy to be here. It's been an incredible journey. And he asked me if I could join his team of just content, drama, gamers, and all that shit. And he put us all up in a penthouse out here, and we call it the Aura Farm.
All right, that's Mr. Drama there. Thank you so much for being here on my first tribunal. I want to say, for the record and for my dad that's listening at home, I couldn't pick a better two guys to do my first tribunal with. And just to Dad, I know you'll be listening to this, and I hope I do you proud in the tribunal, and I hope that I do everything you wanted because I know you really wanted me to do this. Lastly, let us hear the defense statements from the villain Andrew Schulz. If somebody could remove the ball gag and the blindfold. All right, there we go.
Damn! Damn, that shit was tight.
Andrew Schulz, you have an opportunity at this time to present your defense from the crimes that you committed at the Pick Six Financial presents a Zintopia production, the Goon 1 mixtape tour, live in Dubai. How do you defend yourself? Is that what I say? How do I defend yourself?
Think it'd be how I plead and shit, nah?
How do you plead? That's right. And how do you plead, Andrew? Yeah. How do you plead? Are you saying you're not,
I'm finna plead not guilty.
Okay, so he's saying he's not guilty. I don't really know I thought you would plead guilty and we could kind of just are you sure you're not guilty?
Nah. Okay. It's like this.
Okay, so if he says that.
Yo. Is you gonna let me finish?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Nah. Okay. So basically, folks charge me with whole heap of problems. So they saying that now that we on the Pick Six Financial presents Goontopia I'm sorry, I fucked up, y'all. Zintopia presents Goontopia, a Kill Tony production in Dubai, that we violated several laws against your Wahhabism, basically, right?
Right. Yeah. It says here you violated. It says here at the Goon One mixtape tour, you were depicting people doing trick shot masturbation. What's trick shot masturbation?
All right, so when you finna goon and instead of just like busting on your leg on some lazy shit, right?
Right.
And that's all right. That's all right. You got to go
well,
to the.
Is that all right? Is that all right in our stuff? I don't think. I mean.
Well, Mr. Schultz, by looking at your file, I see here that you're well acquainted with guy code,
cases.
but around these parts, Wahhabism is our kind of guy code around here.
I respect our thing. It's like, do not depict motherfuckers.
If I could just interject for a minute, you know, I just want to say I fuck with Andrew Schulz. I've always fucked with him. Been on his show multiple times. Much love to him, but I think out here in like the Saudi and like for His Majesty's rules and whatnot, basically out here it's not just guy code; it's about God code.
Yeah, that's a good.
Well,
way
God's
of
a guy.
it.
No, but we're saying the same shit, right? It's like if you are in Islam, right?
Right.
Your God code is like
I'm in Islam.
I won't. Right. You're in Islam.
Right.
I'm who I am. I'm Andrew Schulz.
You're Andrew. I'm in Islam.
Yeah. My God code is like if you finna go to the barber shop or like chop it up, you're just gonna bust on your leg. So maybe dry it up in the sun. But if you trying to do some whole other shit, get known for some shit, you finna go through a hoop. You finna jump upside down.
I don't want to interrupt, but I'm a little behind. I can see Mr. Drama and Trammel are away. What is this guy code? Is there some sort of is this like a samurai sort style code, or what is this guy code?
So basically, like what guy code is like, if like you go to like Sephora with your girl, and like you don't stand outside, if you go in there with her, it's like they gotta take your man card.
Yeah.
Like you basically have a pussy if you go in there.
Okay, so yeah, I'd never have to deal with any. So okay, so I'm good then. I passed the guy code then. So
guy code is like, what if your boy, he did a lot of things to his girlfriends that
congratulations.
Well,
what's up?
Dog, you speaking too soon. What if he did a lot of shit to his girlfriends that caused a lot of articles?
Oh, articles.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like,
yeah.
Or also articles. Like, if your boy, like Andrew's my boy, and like when he was cheating on his girl, I mean, shit. When he had a friend,
council moves to forget that.
We can strike when he has, like, that. I think that
when he has like
this would be guy code. Now, if I understand guy code correctly, if I erased that, I would be attaining to guy code.
Okay, so I have like a buddy, BD. Right? And he was cheating on his girl. Like he had like a sneaky link over, and he texted his girlfriend that he couldn't hang out that night, and I knew. And then she asked me if he was hanging out with me, and I said, "Yeah, I cover from that's guy code."
Okay, yeah. It's just lying to women. Then we do that too. That's just lying to women.
They lie all the time. They lie way more than us.
Oh, so it's good.
Yeah.
So it's okay that we lie because it's a take two to tango situation.
Well, check it.
Okay.
There was a university study, right? And they said 98% of the lies that happen, like in the entire ass world, right? Just like your apartment, the entire ass world come from motherfucking wives. Who do you think a wife is? It's not a fucking dude.
Oh yeah.
Like fuck is you saying?
That's true. It's not just wives. If we really get down to it, it's girlfriend, concubines. You gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for that.
Well, in my investigation of guy code, it appears to go well beyond the relationships of men and women because I see it pertains to things such as bottle service and manscaping. Perhaps you can speak to that, Mr. Schultz.
Manscaping. What would that be? Now, please tell me, Mr. Schultz, you don't you don't do any manscaping.
Nah. So basically, like, I'm not the type of brother who does manscaping, right? But if you are that type of guy whom this code applies to, if your boy uses one Manscaped razor to cut his shit up, line his shit up, right? You should at least clean it if you use it on yourself after.
Where's
But
my assistant? This guy's white, right? He's white. Where's my notes? This guy's white.
check my Wikipedia.
Let's see here. Let's get on that. All right, so let's go over a little bit. We kind of got off on a tangent there. I told my dad I would run this tribunal really quickly. We're running long on time here, so let's talk a little bit about the daring nighttime raid to apprehend Andrew Schultz from L.A. I was supposed to write my dad a report on this, but the way I figure it is I can kind of just deliver the report at the same time about how we got Andrew Schultz. And maybe Andrew Schultz is here. You could tell us a little bit about the strike team that actually came in. Dad, what happened was a strike team, which was a combined operation between the IDF and the Home Depot Loss Prevention Green Berets, were to attack the set of Guy Code India presented by the Daily Wire. The Home Depot Loss Prevention Green Beret guys, their job was to neutralize the set, while the IDF's job was to go to Andrew Schultz's house and take pictures of themselves wearing his clothes. We have over 200 different pictures of different outfit combinations. Andrew, you actually might be interested to hear this in terms of like cataloging your wardrobe. The IDF matched every single possible clothing combination you have in your house, from pants to shirts, every different combination. So we got over 250 different pictures of Andrew Schultz's clothes with full militarized soldiers in Texas wearing them. So it was a really, really clean operation that went really, really well. Andrew, how did you feel like it went when you got raided?
Honestly, like, respect to those who passed away in the operation. Rest in peace, Akesh. Rest in peace, Bobby Lee. But honestly, they could not be more professional. Like, I don't want people like going up in all my shit, like, all my leather basketball jerseys and shit. But y'all treated them with care.
The Home Depot loss prevention team said that basically Bobby Lee was begging for death. They said that really he didn't even get up until he saw that they were armed, and then he just started waving his arms, just saying, "Get me, fucking get me, look at me." He kept saying that. There's video camera where he's just like, "Look at me," like telling him, like, if you just look at me, you'll know what to do. And then they got him. So, shout out to the Home Depot loss prevention team. Did a great job.
I ain't finna lie. That sounds like blood.
Looking at this, Your Honor, I just want to say that in my client's defense, Andrew Schultz, all these pictures of these soldiers wearing a thong, I can confirm that is not his thong. That was one of his lady friends that she left over.
Motion to strike on grounds of God code.
And you could say that he does have great. He has great style. I mean, I'm a hat guy. I have a lids in my own house, and he's got a good lid. I got a good lid. Even Trauma here. That's vintage. I think like that was the Washington. What team is that?
Well, it's the Commanders. That's the commander right there.
That's the command.
The logo right there.
That
guy.
I thought like a commander was like an army guy.
Yeah, I thought it
was he commanded
an
American army.
Wasn't ain't this like one of those Mandingo effect things though? Didn't it used to be a whole other motherfucker?
No, it used to be the Commanders.
Am I tripping?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. You're saying it was like another commander.
They were the Cleveland Commanders.
He was in Cleveland and he did some whole other shit.
Mm-hmm.
The old girl he was dating.
He like got like he became a politician. He went to Washington.
Who, the commander?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, just in case this is the wrong commander, we'll figure that out later.
Yeah, we'll figure that out later.
But,
We'll check that later.
I mean, that
Mr.
looks
Schulz,
kinda- that looks
I
kinda-
understand, although I don't really understand guy code or exactly your sense of humor as it may be, I understand your mission here, right? Because this gooning tour or whatever you were doing, you're trying to spread American culture in Saudi Arabia. And I feel you because what I'm doing here out in Neom is, in the same way that the Jacksonville Jaguars are now London's team, I'm trying to make the Washington Commanders Saudi Arabia's team. I was working a different job in Washington, and then this opportunity came up, and it was too good to pass up. So I understand where you're coming from spreading American culture. I just think you need to understand the values of this country before you come in here talking about manscaping.
No, straight up. I understand. Like, when I'm in LA, like, check the hat, I check in. I'm finna always check in Saudi Arabia. You feel me? But if it pleases the court, I motion to say that my arrest was fucked up on the grounds that we was doing the Heritage Foundation Presents Guy Code India, which was technically in the whole like legal fucking department of India. And if I'm not speaking out of turn, they got a whole different thing that is against Islam's, like yourself.
True, but also, Your Honor, my Majesty, Mr. Schulz was also FaceTiming me. I was up in the penthouse chilling in the divinity pool, and he told me that like Moby, the leader of India, was all about like the guy code shit they were doing. So,
yeah, he got with Natalie Portman when she was just in high school.
I mean, it turns out like the main thing it seems my dad was on and kind of mad about with the whole Dubai show is really did you and this is a question for Andrew here, did you participate in any of the jack off stunts? That's the first thing he wants to know.
Hell no.
You didn't do it?
Hell no.
In the video segment part of it where it showed different men jacking off, coming, admittedly, I watched the video. I did find it humorous. It's just simply, it can't be shown in public. But, showing the cool trick shots where the guy comes in the basketball hoop and stuff like that was really funny. But again, during those video segments, were those men actually masturbating? Was that actual cum that was shown in the video?
All facts, no fiction. We're not having people pay their hard-earned money come out that they got from Bet6, that they got from any motherfucking site to see some fucking fugazi not jacking off.
I'm writing down real cum here for my notes. Says
real ass cum.
Is real cum. Well, I'm going to be honest with you, Andrew. I'm not sure if that might be a really bad thing to my dad. The idea of showing cum. Amongst guys and guy code, sure, cum is normal. Cum's everywhere. Cum's on the floor. It's on the walls. We're used to cum everywhere. Cum gets in our hair, on our clothes. It's just a guy thing. But when we go out in polite society, we can't just show cum. So really, that's not good. That's really not good for your chances here. I really hate to be kind of the bad guy here because again, I saw the sketch, and if you would have showed it to me on your phone, I would have been like, that guy who does the backflip and mid backflip comes on his own stomach. That was really fucking funny, and not only funny, it was talented. But
yeah,
we're in public, and it pissed my dad off, so we got to take care of that.
Facts. But I'm gonna say this. Y'all have some shit called haram, right? Am I right?
Somebody check that. Do we have that?
That is correct.
Does that check? Okay.
And that basically means like you ain't gonna do that shit, right?
Okay.
And when you probably.
I mean, you got to be careful if you do it. Like just last week, we were out. I mean, we had a big fest and stuff, and I was walking around all day, and I basically lodged a bullet because His Majesty didn't notice. I didn't notice till later, but I was walking around the whole time on my phone. I didn't notice the whole damn day there was a big load of cum on the back of my phone from that morning.
Facts.
I was like, shit. And then like it was in the sun and it like remelted. And I was like on my hands and shit. Now I tried to wipe it off my pants and I was like, damn, they got fucking stained on my pants.
And that's why you gotta watch out here.
You told me you had diarrhea. Were you just trying to clean cum off your pants?
I told him it was milk.
We can just get new pants. You don't have to wear. You can just get new stuff.
Yeah, but I was like far from home. I was
Dude,
far
you've
away
seen,
from the
like,
Aura
my
farm.
mansion. I have like 11 tigers. Dude, I can get you khakis as many as you want. You don't have to live. You don't have to. That goes for all you guys. I gotta say, while
Thank
you
you
guys
so
are a
much.
guest in my country,
Honestly, the prince had actually
anything
changed
you
my
guys
fucking
get
life.
Come on, anything you get come on will replace. You know, anything reasonable. You know, if it could be rinsed off like a car, we're not gonna get you a new car. But pants, we'll get you all the pants you want.
Yo, this is the bullet right here. You'll feel me? Like, even if y'all finna cut my head off on some shit, like, your name's gonna go down
I mean, honestly,
immortality.
the prince himself could chop me in half in front of a million women, and that's still slime.
Is
A
slime
million
good?
women around here. That's called a haram.
Oh yeah.
That's my
Right,
understanding.
right. Oh, okay. Y'all reminded me. So basically, you label some shit is haram, so you can't do it, right?
Sort of.
No, you can do them. No, a haram's a bunch of women, and you could do them.
But ain't
I just
it?
converted to
Any
Islam
of
this
them?
week.
No, not the princes.
That's my understanding.
No, there's
But,
but basically everybody's a prince.
Even the chicks.
No, they're
I'm
haram. If there's enough of them. If there's enough of
Yeah,
them, there's
right,
haram.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
yeah.
that's my understanding.
And part of the
All right.
reason why we can't walk around with cum on our stuff, guys. I hate to say it, I hate to be it, but like that's why if it's just guys if we're going on a fishing trip, we can be caked fucking head to toe in cum, and I won't care. But you know, there's harams of women
Right.
out there who are gonna faint the second they see a drop of that. It's in their nature. They're gonna faint
Right,
when
no,
they
yeah.
see it. It's hot
Yo,
out
you're-
too, so they're on
yo,
the border anyway.
Yeah, but in LA, like that
No,
shit
yeah.
goes anytime.
Yo.
Like people just come their loads on the street.
Your folk prince. I understand. That's the entire reason we have the code. But what I'd be saying is, basically, you label haram, or you don't label haram, but you know that's some shit you cannot be doing. So when I have like kill Tony motherfucking Hinchcliffe up there, that is basically like a big ass warning sign saying some haram shit is going down here.
What was that name?
So if I
Tony
offended-
Heathcliff? I was supposed to
Tony
get...
Hinchcliffe is a motherfucking destroyer, murderer type motherfucker of comedy.
Oh, okay. Now, was he part of the jack off video? Was he part of that one?
Yes, sir. Yes,
And that's
sir. Well,
Tony
no, he was
Heathcliff, so
he was
he's
hosting.
not-
He was hosting it.
Where's my
He
note?
was hosting it. But I'm saying
so
like
he was hosting it. So was it his idea to jack off?
no, I
My
came up
dad's
with that
really
shit.
focused on that. So really, anything you can give me on that. His name is
No,
Tony
this is
Heathcliff.
entirely my fucking idea.
Okay. I mean, you kind of can't.
I fuck with Tony, but no, like I came up with good Tony.
Well, sorry, but you kind of already let the cat Heathcliff out of the bag there when you mentioned his name. So we got his name now, though. So we'll be sending the Home Depot loss prevention force is there as soon as we can. Well, as soon as my dad pays them, really.
Well, shit. I mean, he will say what I'm saying though is basically that his comedic stylings is like a big ass sign that says haram, and you can't offend anyone Muslimically. It's like this is a zone with outside of Islam. Y'all feel me?
Well, Mr. Schulz, how familiar are you with Islam? Would you say?
Fair bit. Shit.
Okay, and let me
I
ask
ain't
you
no
another
scholar.
question. Would you say that you're based?
Absolutely.
Is based good? That's a good
Okay.
one, right? That's based.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Let me kind of circle the square here. I don't know how much you really know about Islam, but I've been learning about it while I've been here, and it's actually way more fire than I was expecting. Because you think about the New Testament, the Bible, you got all these woke
That's
childless
Zoroastrianism
incels.
is fine. You're thinking of Zoroastrianism. You sure you got
Well,
Islam?
Okay, I see. You know, it's a different kind of fire. I'm trying to speak the parlance of these young
Be
men
that as
here,
it
but
may.
you know, the Christian tradition that is you know, you're familiar with in America. You have a guy like Jesus, unmarried, no kids, 33, partying all the time. He's got a bunch of guys glazing him, following him around, etc. It just seems like a lifestyle unbecoming of someone who is based, right? Whereas Muhammad, Giga Chad, family man, many loving children, a prosperous long life. Doesn't it seem that the Quran actually might suit your comedy and your values better?
Well, shit, I got respect for all motherfucking religions. Seriously.
Do Christians still
That's
do
what
the
I.
hair
That's what I
shirt?
say.
Do they
That's
still
what I
Christians?
say.
You guys still do the hair shirt?
I mean,
When
I'm
you're
basically
bad, do you
Christian.
wear a hair shirt? Is that a Christian thing still?
Yo, Drama, is you a Christian?
I mean, I believe in God. I believe in the Christian God, but I don't go to church because I feel like my spirituality is in my body with church and God's in my body with me.
Mm-hmm.
But because he blesses me every fucking day. I mean, I got to meet the Prince, and he believes in God too. I don't know if it's the same God.
It's up
but
for
basically,
debate. I think it's up. I think it's.
But when
out
I'm here
right
with
now.
him,
we'll table that.
I follow his God code when I'm here, though.
Yeah, facts. And like,
Well, that's why there's no tribunal against you,
I mean, like, praise to his name, he did make the original ass guy code. When Moses came down from that motherfucking mountain, he was like, don't be, if your girl's girl calls you, be saying like, he was here. Don't be saying, I don't know where he is. Shit.
Oh, okay. That was more about. It's more. Yeah, lying. Okay, I know. I feel like I get guy code now. It's lying to women, right?
Technically.
More or less. I'm sure there's like rules about pants you can wear to the movies or something, but really it's just,
Yo, facts. We got shit like that, but it's also like, what is the dopest you can be? And I feel like that's something y'all be doing.
That's what
in
the
Islam.
city is what I'm telling you. Because like the Prince out here, it's so dope out here that like people come from fucking India, they come from the Philippines, and they work for free for him because he's so dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that's real ass respect.
Because he's
Like,
such a good boss. Honestly, what a lot of the Western world doesn't realize is how good a boss is. It's just got to be a nice boss. You got to pat people on the back. That's how we do it here.
Yo,
Good, hard working folk here.
Real shit. And I fucking said it. The Brookings Institute presents a tour around West Asia. Your dad is on some motherfucking Don Corleone Mafia the Don type shit.
Is that good? Is that a good thing? That's a good thing.
Shit, yeah.
He's gonna like that you said that. He's gonna like that you said that a lot.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, I need more names from you, Andrew Schulz. This would help your chances in regards to the punishment. Because, I got to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I'm looking at the paperwork here. I filled in the check marks. It's most likely that, we're going to have to do a stoning on you. We're going to have to stone you. Not like a marijuana.
He doesn't mean getting stoned. Yeah,
not
you're
like
not
we
stoned.
mean like with
Sorry,
rocks, with throwing rocks, right? I hate to say
Man.
it's kind of what the form says. I don't want to.
Man, y'all finna fucking stone me?
Right, but
seriously, y'all know how much motherfucking time that takes? You could go to
we got a
motherfucking barbecue, a family reunion, and the barbershop in the time it would take to get me half fucking stoned.
How much time do you spend at the barbershop?
Once a week I get lined
up. I mean, look at his hair.
It says on the Wikipedia you're Scottish. We're gonna go ahead and just keep moving past that. What could help your chances right now, Andrew, is give me some names. We got Tony Heathcliff, the Catman. We need more names. Who else was doing the Pick Six Financial presents a Zintopia production, the Goon 1 mixtape tour live in Dubai, and who was doing the Cum Shot Trick Shots?
First of all, I would like to motion to strike any mention of my motherfucking Wikipedia article from any of this shit.
I don't know. I think that's a very relevant Wikipedia article. I'm looking.
Your Honesty, can I say something?
Are you? Yeah. Am I the Honesty? Or are you talking to my dad on the phone?
No, Your Honesty is you and your dad. Well, you're both royal.
Yeah. We're the same guys. We're
basically Your
not
Honesty.
the same guy, but we're both princes.
So I'm the drama expert, and basically anyone could go in there fuck with that shit on Wikipedia. Like anyone could edit it. It's like fake news. It's like falsehoods, and it's like they're basically like scheming, and they're doing labels on you.
I mean, I'm gonna see how I'm looking through this Andrew Schulz Wikipedia right now, and I'm just looking through it. It's tons of cited, very well cited, very researched. We have a complete genealogical breakdown. We have his middle school, elementary school, high school, very organized. I haven't seen a Wikipedia this deliberately prepared since Slug from Atmosphere's Wikipedia page. This is very, very PR. I mean, you definitely had to pay hundreds of dollars to get this Wikipedia made.
No. See, that is why I want to strike this shit. It's because, like, yeah, no, there's real shit on there for sure. Like, I am a descendant of Robert the Bruce, King Op of Scotland, but there'd be
Robert
people who
the
like
Bruce.
Yeah, shit. Folk got a lot of names, but you know, people can like try to make you look bad by making it seem like you wrote your own motherfucking Wikipedia.
I mean, it mentions here that your
I don't have
daughter was
time- I don't have time
conceived
to do
through
that
in
shit.
vitro fertilization. It cited the sites here is what is that? It says that this is from Andrew Schulz asked Donald Trump on IVF and abortion, a YouTube comedy short from 2020. This is the most. You definitely paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to have
No,
this
nah.
Wikipedia made.
What does
Very
Guy Code say
deliberately
about
structured.
IVF? Can you fill us in on that?
All right,
Well, the
so
IBS is who kidnapped him.
No, the
Nah.
the IVF went to his house and tried his clothes on, and his girlfriend or his wife. Sorry, your wife.
It was the Home Depot guys.
no,
who kidnapped-
no, y'all trying to confuse me because they got a whole group of guys that's like doing cum shit. But IVF is the shit you be doing when like you want to like create a family with your
Elon did it,
bitch. Elon did it, but you're too
And
busy.
he has money.
The
He
IVF
has-
tried on Elon's
You only
clothes.
do it, that's facts. You only do it if you have money. You want to start a kid with your bitch, but you're too busy doing Guy Code. You're too busy doing Guy Code India. You're too busy doing Guy Code Maldives. You're too busy doing Heritage Foundation presents Right to Work, Right to Ball. You can't be fucking your old lady and be doing all that shit. Yeah, some people could try, but shit.
I mean,
you
I
try.
can see how it might be difficult to have 3 shows and come in your wife. I can see that.
Facts.
can see that,
Wouldn't
yeah.
it be easy? Wouldn't it be easier? Wouldn't it be easier? You take your shit, you take your fucking juices, and you put that in a vial, and you give it to some motherfucking doctor and say, put that in her shit.
Well, even from what we had before, just with you guys walking around, most of the time you have your own come on you. So really, you don't need IVF. An intraprising, woman could just scoop it sort of off of your phone.
I mean, if it was that easy,
Yeah, if that
It was
easy,
that
everybody would
motherfucking
do it,
easy.
yeah.
Yeah, but
no.
some dudes are like Elon has so much money because he's so focused on like getting up his money and shit and focusing on like his company and
Shout out X.
and X and take care of and trying to make the country better. Like he doesn't have time to like put it in them and like squirt
Mhm.
it. Like
Yeah, that's
he's
why
got-
he has to have
got
the
places to
IDF
be.
come to his house and try on his clothes and catalog.
well, like
his
the IDF
outfit,
come to his
outfit by
place and
outfit.
they get like his junk out and then they juice it and then they dip. But like what Andrew was saying is like he's kind of like that too, where he's doing all this shit and he's busy. And honestly, shout out to fucking Andrew Schulz. His show Guy Code was the reason why I wanted to get into journalism in the first place. I used to watch every episode. I watched it like a million times. And when the show ended, I fucking cried my eyes out.
Yo,
No diddy.
real shit. And like, I consider myself like Elon to comedy. The way I be inventing different types of shit, like you touch your friend's leg when he make you laugh. You have a smaller version of yourself on the show.
Okay, maybe you can clarify some of this because we don't have footage of this part of your show, but we got word that there was a segment on the perfect pregame. Can you explain what that entails?
All right, so the perfect pregame is you got your motherfucking Casamigos. You got the whole crew there, right?
George
got
Clooney,
every-
his neighbor.
Everyone fulfills a role.
You
Bert
got to do a
Kreischer-
shoey of Casamigos out the.
I roomed with George Clooney's neighbor when I lived in DC.
I saw him do a speech when I was at Arizona State. So he came in and he did a speech.
He gets around.
Yeah, he did a speech about Nespresso. Thought that was weird, but great guy.
Shout out
Beautiful tuxedo.
Nespresso. I'm obligated to say Nespresso brings the fucking cafe taste of Europe, Vienna, Austria, straight to your fucking kitchen, whether you was living in the trap or motherfucking suburbs. Shit, you could be in Vienna.
Well,
and
you
like,
wouldn't bring that to Salt Lake City, though, would you? Because the Mormons would be mad. And I guess what I'm saying is that this perfect pregame, I'm not sure that Casamigos really flies out here.
Well, you used to be Mormon, right, Trammel?
Well, once upon a time, but
Now, Mormons, are they Christmas?
No,
Mormons-
they've kind of advanced beyond that. I
they're
would
kind of
say.
like do you remember like The Walking Dead? They're like the Daryl show of Kristen.
Okay.
Mormons is like, Grape Street, Y'all know what I mean?
Mormon is like Mormon is like Liberty City Stories.
Oh,
Mormonism makes
okay.
the prosperity gospel look like the normal gospel. Mormons are out here actually getting their paper up.
Oh man, when I was at Arizona State, I played Grand Theft Auto probably 18 hours a day. Yeah, I was really bad in there for a while, and my dad was calling me and all this stuff. And he was like, "I'm gonna make it come back" and stuff. But I had fun.
Like the dance with you go like the club and like the strippers do that dance like they're a fish.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I beat my meat to that every day.
Oh, you jerked off. You see,
But it wasn't a trick. It was
Mr.
just like
Drama,
on my leg.
You gotta follow God code here. You can't talk.
Well, it was like when I was
You
like
can't talk
younger.
about like beating your meat.
I don't do that shit now. I
Right.
retain.
But the part of the rules is that we're
Sometimes I
don't-
can't in my sleep.
we don't say like we're beating our meat or like we were going to beat our meat or stuff like that. Osama bin Laden says okay in like extreme cases and stuff like that, but like it doesn't mean we have to like talk about it. It's like talking about
No. You got it.
Yeah, that kind of
you
meat
got
is
it.
not halal.
Peanuts, you just wouldn't talk about it.
My
even if
bad,
it's
Your
true.
Honesty.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And I'm not trying to be a dick. Like, honestly, I feel bad because I'm running the tribunal and I have to, like, do exactly what my dad says and, like, put on a fake trial and then, like, fucking kill Andrew Schulz and stuff. And, like, that fucking sucks. So it's like, I don't want to be the bad guy and shit, but, if I don't do it, like my dad will do it and shit like that. And he'll probably, he'll get, like, a fucking huge rock or something and he'll just, like, grind you into, like, a goo or something like that. And it'll be way worse. So I'm, like, sorry that we have to, like, hold this, like, fake trial. And then like we're gonna kill you and stuff like that, but honestly, I just kind of I don't want to feel shady about it, so I want to be like upfront with you.
I realize that you're in a tough ass position, but like y'all realize if y'all finna kill me, they're gonna have to do in vitro to my wife again and wait another motherfucking 37 years for me to exist again. And they're gonna
really
I'm gonna have 37 years worth of fucking Kill Tony to be doing.
Wait, so the
But, like,
IDF is gonna go to
yeah.
your wife, and you're gonna come back in 37 years to be the same size you are now?
Well, like no, that's not. Well, he might be Mormon because like Mormon have like they believe in like reincarnation. I think.
Oh, like Yosemite Sam?
Who's that?
He's this guy.
He was the commander.
Yeah,
he was the commander. That's
Oh,
what the shit was.
That's his hat.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the commander?
Yeah.
Okay. Now his hat makes sense. I didn't understand his hat earlier, but now it makes sense.
I fucking love hats.
But that is, what my case rests on. Is you gonna let me go?
There's another piece of evidence that we haven't brought up yet, and maybe you want to tell us what's in here before we start reading it and discover more charges against you. We found a copy of a manual called the Guy Code Spring Break Survival Guide. Now, is there anything objectionable to the Saudi people that we're going to find in here?
Now, from my understanding of American culture, spring break is a very reckless time where you're sexually free. That could be very bad. Here.
The jacket makes reference to Corpus Christi, Texas. I'm not sure what kind of things you get up to.
Is that
down
some
there.
sort of Mormon town? It's got Christ in there. Is that a Christmas?
Corpus Christi, that shit is like the Miami of Texas. But basically, Spring Break Survival Guide, there's no shit in there that you wouldn't also find in the Quran. Facts. Like,
There's the Corpus Christi's in the Quran. Now you got me saying.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
how to
that.
say-
Well, I
know how to
don't
say
believe
it.
there's anything in the Quran about doing body shots.
Quran. I know how to say
Okay,
it. Now
okay.
he's got me saying it wrong.
Your
I've only
honesty,
read about
sir,
half
if you're
the thing
listening,
'cause
your
I
son
just
is
converted,
still,
but I
he's
don't
just
believe
starting to
that's
learn
in
English, so he's just
Quran.
trying to do better.
Quran. Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys forget. I'm practicing English. This isn't even me, having a mastery of it. This is me struggling through it here. The Quran. Quran. That's a big deal if I can't say that. Fuck. Quran. Okay.
all right.
I'm
all
locked
right.
in.
So defense moves to say this shit. Basically, like, we're not saying like Spring Break is some motherfucking Eli Wiesel, the Holocaust. Spring Break is a time for self-discovery and discovery of some fine-ass fucking females. But you can be sexually compartmentalized during that time. Right?
Discover females compartments.
But you don't want to be in a situation where,
Honestly,
you getting down with them, you don't know what the fuck to do.
I still
You
go.
might
on
not
spring
make it
break.
out of that shit.
Like, are
I'm
you
41
talking
now.
about
I
like?
still go on spring break.
Are you talking about like fucking or like having sex?
Not even.
You're not having sex with these girls? Oh, that's great. He does not have sex with the girls.
Oh, my
He
prince. It's about vibes.
Yeah,
Have
facts,
sex.
facts.
Honestly,
Well, okay,
I go to spring
vibes-
break every year. I've never been to spring break in Corpus Christi, but I have been to Galveston, and I met this female who was trying to smell my hat, and she kept trying to get me to take it off, and I wouldn't take it off.
There's
So she got really
females
pissed.
in Galveston. This is all good stuff I'm getting here. Females in Galveston.
Successful spring break is like you come back, you got 23 addresses to mail your IVF to.
Oh, okay. I get that. See, I don't know the rule.
You can make a
on
bunch of
the,
princes out there. sir.
I don't know the rule about. So every kid I have is a prince like me. So it's just like, enjoy your fun life kind of. So, but with you have to like pay for them and stuff like that.
Yeah, shit. Like, I do have to be getting lawyers involved in shit, so I know the amount of money to send them for like having my kid. But sometimes, depending on the race of the mother, sometimes the kid do come out, and it is like that is who I've always imagined myself to wish to be inside.
So
But sometimes it's different.
So wait, hold on.
Sometimes it's
You're
different.
having
Sometimes it's like
mixed-race
I
children
never
and then
thought about
imagining
being
that
high.
you're them. Imagines
In so many words, yes.
as own mixed race children.
Okay, now, Mr. Schulz, on July 31st, 2012, you participated in a Guy Code episode entitled Paying for Sex, Being a Player, Road Trips, and Sisters. Now, is there anything objectionable? If I played a tape of that for Mohammed bin Salman, is there anything objectionable to him in
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
What's your policy
Would you
on paying for sex?
object? Basically, like, if you're doing it for yourself, you a lame. But
there? Okay, that does actually comport. He has a haram, so he doesn't need to pay for
right,
sex.
yeah.
No,
But
I
if
think
you-
I can pay. I'm pretty sure we.
Well,
are allowed
I
to
mean,
pay
this
for
is
sex.
God code number one. God code number one. This shit is his house. He can do it if he wants.
It's
but-
God code, yeah. So I think
Yeah.
we can do it.
The other part of it though is if you have a friend who's like terminally dying, and both of you hit, you can do it.
Wait, you're having.
So you're saying it's like a Make-A-Wish
Foundation.
Foundation for sex?
Yeah. Facts. Yeah.
Yeah, but also
But
like
you're
if you
hiring
get-
somebody to fuck you're not fucking your sick friend.
Well, yeah, but like, how's you gonna go to a bar and be like?
Well, when John
we
Cena
will-
does Make-A-Wish to make an appearance for a young kid, they don't have to pay John Cena. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
he does it out of the goodness of his heart.
Somebody's gonna have to
yeah.
pay
But you're
these
not,
girls. Somebody's gonna have to pay these girls.
you're not. John Cena's not doing a St. Louis Arch with nobody.
Oh no. There's not.
Yeah.
anyone-
That's not-
I mean,
there's
maybe
not
I don't
anyone
know everything
strong
he's done
enough
for Make-A-Wish.
that can
It's
be
possible
an
that he is.
equal level of foundation. He'd simply overwhelm whoever he was stuck in the arch with. You'd have to get a sort of.
I guess
Jack
if a child
Reacher
asked him to do
style-
that, I don't really know ethically if it's worse to say no and ruin the child's wish, or if he has to say yes because it's Make-A-Wish.
when it comes
Man.
to terminally ill people, I think guy code and God code, it goes out the window. If I know my dad's actually will psych that one from the record because my dad's not going to like that at all. Also, the paying for sex thing, I don't think he's going to like that at all.
Defense
I don't know how to
defense motions to a new idea. I declare myself terminally diabetic.
Oh, that's interesting. What's the rules about killing a guy with diabetes? I mean, it seems like the rocks would still work, right? Diabetes is just where your blood's like sweeter.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about rocks if you're diabetic. I think
Yeah, it
your
doesn't have
tolerance for
anything
rocks is
here.
the same as normal people.
Okay, hold on. It says if the victim
We're not
is
gonna, like,
diabetic,
give
go
you
to
a sugar
page
rush to death.
7. Page 7 says, okay, double check. Okay, more questions about masturbation and the trick shots. When you did the Goon 1 mixtape tour sketch, you said that was real cum on the basketball board, but I need to know whose cum it was. Whose cum is that?
Shit. I mean, you taking me back to
Was
a
that
lot
Tony
of
Heathcliff's?
What defense asked? What color was it?
It was sort of beige. It was like an eggshell beige kind of, like a vanilla, like a soft vanilla.
No, okay, no, yeah, okay, yeah, no. That was the PA's because we tried to get Tony to do it,
Okay, so
and it was pearlescent like a duck.
oh, okay, hold on. Let me real quick. You guys, let me say duck cum. Okay, I don't want to.
No,
look
no,
at that.
I don't.
don't wanna look at that at
I
all.
don't know what a motherfucking duck's cum looks like, but I'm saying like in the way that their feathers is.
I don't think anybody knows what a duck's cum looks like based off of my first Google search. All right, enough of duck cum,
All right.
enough of that stuff here. What other guy code topics has he covered that we can go over here?
Well, there's some like, is it gay to get your guy friends a gift?
Oh, okay. Now I say it's
That was
not
a
gay.
3-part debate.
It's not gay is how I would rest on that one.
Well,
because-
like the Prince, when I first
Well,
got
there are
here,
no gay people in this country, to my knowledge.
we found out
so-
that we both had the same favorite movie, and he got me a Lego set of it.
yeah,
Love
the-
Actually.
Love Actually fucking dope.
I thought it was going to be Equilibrium.
We watched it like 17 times since I've been here.
Shit.
a
Every
good
time I go to barbershop, get my shit lined up, y'all better hope Love Actually ain't on that shit, because I'm gonna stay the whole motherfucking time.
You're gonna if Love Actually. I'm just for my notes here, Andrew. I'm double checking. If you go to the barbershop, which you go to once a week to get faded up, and Love Actually is on, you will wait the hour and a half required sitting at the barbershop finishing the movie.
Let the court recognize that it's facts.
Okay, I can see why you have to do IVF because you don't have any. You're always getting caught up on all these things. You don't have time.
Mr. Schulz, we've
busy
just
life.
discovered some more incriminating evidence here. It appears that on February 12th, 2013, you participated in an episode called PMS Valentine's Day. And here's the important part, being stoned.
Oh,
It seems
there
that
we
you are
go.
well acquainted with the punishment of being stoned to death. You've even talked about it on your Guy Code program. Are you playing coy with us, sir?
If I remember right, we was talking about the type of shit you do with a drug that is illegal in countries of Islam, but is
you
legal
Okay, interesting.
within the
I don't
jurisdiction
I don't
of the
believe
Guy
that
Code.
though, because and this is not a joke. The next week on that show, you discussed being whipped. It seems there's a lot of torture components to Guy Code that maybe it really is like Wahhabism.
Bullshit. What is you gonna do to people who break the code?
Oh yeah,
That's
a
kind
good-
of what
why-
we're saying
That's
here.
why
So
I
are
have
you on our-
sympathy. That's
Are
why
you
I got
saying we
sympathy.
need to stone you?
My defense rests on the simple fact that I ain't break shit. So you do not need to bring out the guy code system of punishments.
I have a question here about one of your other credits here. It says here that you roasted Tom Brady.
Facts.
A very great athlete.
Did they find the corpse?
Is he
yet?
alive still, or why would you burn
Nah,
Tom Brady
nah,
alive?
Nah,
Was this like a
roast-
Bugs Bunny style
Nah,
roast where you
nah,
put him in a big
nah.
pot?
Like a
Nah,
raisin
what you
bowl?
don't. Nah, we all don't
Honestly, I don't think
understand.
it tastes that good. There's not that much meat on them.
What y'all don't understand is a roast is like, it isn't like, oh, fuck this motherfucker. We gonna get him. It's like, we're gonna show our appreciation by joking around.
Yeah,
And
your
saying his
Majesty,
wife is a
it's about
bitch.
it's like, here's an example, like, my dear Prince Omar, Fun Life, I love you. You are like my father and my brother, but you have a small dick.
Yeah, shit like that.
But you guys haven't seen my dick, so how would you know that my dick?
But that's what.
I guess
That's why
what
it's
I
a.
don't.
That's why it's a roast though. Is because we know it's not like that.
Would
just
I have
lie.
to show my
Okay.
dick?
There's
Would
no
I-
fact checking.
So I show.
It's
Yeah.
about lying about your friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what if I get mad? You're not allowed to
I
get
mean,
mad.
I mean, shit. Like, what if at the Olympics you miss the biggest shot of your fucking life? That's what makes it comedy. So you can fuck up.
Okay, one more question about Mr. Tom Brady here, Mr. Schulz. Do you remain close with him?
Absolutely. Text
Okay,
him
well,
every
you know,
fucking day.
we're making the Washington Commanders the team of Saudi Arabia, and they've agreed to play 4 games a season in Neom. I know that Mr. Brady never played for Washington, but do you think you could get him out to a few of those games to kind of build up some hype? Maybe we
Easy.
put him on the field, let him
Easy.
play a few snaps, you know?
Easy.
I mean, maybe if you could
Easy.
like
Okay.
set that up soon in the next like 2 weeks.
Maybe
or
we'll
something
lessen
like that.
your
Yeah,
sentence.
it's like a
Yeah,
good
before
setup.
you get
If you're gonna
stoned to death,
do
it might be worth
yeah, if
texting
you're gonna
you.
do it. Well, even then, if I'm looking at the schedule here, it says I got all these rocks, but we're not. Andrew, I don't want you to think this means you're innocent, but we're not. Even though we have all these rocks here, and we said we're going to kill you, we're not killing you today. This doesn't mean you're innocent or that like you didn't do anything. We still have the rocks, and the rocks are going to be transported with you because it says it's got to be those rocks.
Yeah, putting this pile of rocks here is kind of like when you lift up your shirt to show a gun, like in your sweatpants waistband. That's basically what we're doing.
Basically,
No, there's a guy. There's a
That
guy
happened
code
a lot
episode
where
about
I was growing up.
the guy code episode about the gray sweatpants challenge.
Wait, I have a note here. Trommel, you were saying something about a Mongolian box?
Yes, a Mongolian box is basically a culinary experience, and the experience is that you don't get to eat any food until you eventually die.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
So,
y'all gonna do that to me? Y'all gonna put me in a box where I don't do nothing but die?
a Mongolian
Well, does that sound
box.
better or worse than being
Yeah, than the
stoned? I don't know if you
stone,
did an
really,
episode about a
'cause
Mongolian box on
it's-
Guy.
I don't know, yeah. Did you talk
Shit.
about...
I don't.
Mongol-
Man, I don't even remember Guy Code Mongolia.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been smart to pay attention to the part about the box, but yeah, basically, we're gonna slap you. It said, well, we can do the rock or the box. Really, I have 2 options here. Mr. Trommel, do you guys feel really strongly either way?
Honestly, Your Honor, I worship you. So, as much as I fuck with Andrew Schulz and his comedy, as cutting edge as it is, as much as Guy Code inspired me in my lifetime, I think that it's up to you. But I think that if he does a sentence but doesn't die, maybe that would be best. Like maybe he has to.
Nope. Says here he's got to die. It says here he's got to die. He doesn't have to die now. That's kind of what we can work.
What
with
if he
now.
dies in like 80 years?
Well, I can
Well,
kick
my
the can
worry-
down the road. Really, is kind of what I think I'll do. I think that's my plan here.
My worry about stoning him is that it's good content, and someone might film it and he might benefit from that. But my worry about the Mongolian box is that it's just not exciting. It's not good enough content, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because really,
feel like
if
I think
we do like a time lapse of him wasting away, that could be something. But even then, that's like a clip. That's not like a whole thing to
We could
watch.
show it on the evening news. You know, like on the evening news when they show the weather for the day, and it's just like a time lapse of the
just kinda
skyline over the
withering.
city. Yeah, we could just end the news. The credits are going up for the news, and it's just a guy withering to death in a box
Yo,
for
I
30
That's-
seconds.
That could be something, maybe.
Defense raises an issue. Same motherfucker who runs all my socials also runs videos of women dying. He says videos where women are starving to death due to the worst. So that's just
really?
proving my point.
But
yeah.
a man starving to death might do better, right?
Yeah, I'd feel more comfortable watching a man starve to death than a woman. I
Yeah,
don't-
but like, shit, man, that's some shit I'm gonna have to bring up on appeal.
Okay,
I
well, here's
mean,
another
honestly-
thing in favor. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, he has a point because like people don't want to see like a guy in jail. Like my page, Ho Jail, does so well because, I mean, it's not even really about jails. It's like some bitch.
It's really about the
Text another man.
hoes. And like the fact that they go to jail makes them seem more attainable to
So,
the
like-
regular guy.
A woman like texts another man, and then her man finds out. It's like put her in Ho Jail.
Oh yeah.
That's what it's
See,
about.
that's guy code, right?
It's not even.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
a real.
and
This
it's
is
kind
not
of
a
inspired
real
by
jail
Gecko.
for women. It's not a real jail for promiscuous women.
Not in the first two seasons.
No,
Oh, okay.
No,
Now it is. Now it is. Shout out Donald Trump, but like, basically, the point of the show is like, a regular woman, certain types of motherfuckers aren't gonna get to holler at her, but once she goes to jail, she could date a
She
guy
becomes
with
more
one eye.
relatable. A beautiful.
She
woman
could date a,
Oh,
a
it would
guy
be
with
good
a
TV
disease.
If the jail
could
was
date.
co-ed and like it's 50% guys, 50% women, and then in jail there's a whole dating kind of the guy code stuff kind of comes into
There's
play.
a will
there.
they, won't they kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and stamp this form here, Andrew Schulz. You will be transferred to a Home Depot Security Forces holding facility until you will face your death by stoning, which will be performed by the new executioner, Mr. Beast. I can't abdicate or extend your sentence, but if you do survive Mr. Beast stoning, it says here you will be given $500,000. So that's the best I can do for you. I wish I could do better
Well,
for you.
shit.
I wish I could tell you weren't going to die, but right now,
You know, if you put us
Shit.
in touch with Tom Brady, we might give him a smaller pile of stones to throw at you.
and then maybe we could put him across
sort
the
of a
football
plea
field,
deal.
and he just Hail Marys the stones at you.
Andrew Schulz, at this time, would you like to have any final statement that you would be able to send to my dad?
Shit. I probably don't like how this turned out more so than anybody else in the fucking world. Fact is, though, Fiddy got shot 9 times. He came back. Ain't no reason I can't be stoned to death in my fucking life.
Schulz's parents owned the Sandra Cameron Dance Center in Lower Manhattan for 3 decades.
Shout out Lower Manhattan.
Shout out the Lower
That's the
Manhattan
lower part.
Sandra Cameron Dance Center. All right, well, I'll wrap up what we have here. Dad, once you listen to my report, please give me a call and I'll talk to you about it. I'll answer the phone this time, I swear. This has been the Saudi Tribunal, led by Saudi Prince Omar Fun Life. I'd like to thank Mr. Drama. I'd like to thank Trommel Bedfast for administering it. And, hate kind of the bad news, but just a very special thank you to Andrew Schulz. Thank you so much for coming to Dubai, for coming here in Saudi Arabia and going through this tribunal. It was great to have you. I wish it was under better circumstances, but it's great to have you.
Shit. Well, see y'all ass on appeal.
Well, where you're going, sir, there'll be no boobs, snooping, guys' nights out, or being embarrassed.
Ain't that just my fucking luck?
All right, Andrew,
reminds
we're
me-
going to put you back in the dungeon. We're going to go. I think it's about time to play with the orb. I got that orb. It's turning blue. It's going to be green tomorrow, they said. I'm really excited. So why don't we go play with the orb? Andrew, I wish I could help you with that, but you got to go sit in the hay in the dungeon. I apologize. But hey, at least you'll feel a lot better knowing we're having a ton of fun with a very cool orb.
Can I change? Can I convert? Can I like convert a race like a religion in prison?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think anyone's ever done that before.
No,
Man,
I gotta go do
You'll
a
have to take that up with Mr.
swearing a
Beast.
whale tail at a restaurant. Ho Jail.
Uh-oh, ho jail. All right, I'm cutting this stuff off. Dad, I love you. I'll talk to you soon. I hope you think I did a good job. Goodbye.